Yeah.
Yeah, let me try to touch on some of the sponsored pool mechanics. I've seen some people seem like they don't really kind of get like why people would do that. To Jesse's point, so one of the great things about Jesse and the people on the team and the people they brought around is they got a lot of market penetration, right? Like let's kind of skip some of the feelings. Let's just kind of talk just straight what it is. Those guys have done a good job, right? They had a very successful raise. Their marketing materials are fantastic. Their private testing has gone well. They're going to have their public stuff up very soon. A lot of people understand just from the world things going around that collateralization and taking advantage of things this way makes a lot of sense. So maybe they don't have to buy your attention. They've earned it already. They've done these things in other ways, right? So some of the mechanics around sponsored pools are that not everybody has Jesse and some of the guys around him that have done a great job who have earned their position in the communities and done all these great things to achieve that stuff. Like a lot of the people here who have put in a lot of time and work. So they have to pay for it, right? They got to come by to come play with the rest of us. So the way these sponsored pools work in one way is, there's the DAO proposal where they have to get approved. Well, if you have to take the time to go through and read a DAO proposal, that by itself is already commitment, time invested, makes you more likely to engage with the product. Then you have to vote on it in the core tab once it actually gets passed through there. That's more investment, another click you had to do to invest in a protocol. And then you're going to have to actually go in there and select the pool and actually get the yield. So now, again, of course, most of us are going to sell this, but those mechanics make it substantially more likely that they're not just dumped by users who might have participated and that now might, right? They have some commitment they had to read through. If you go through and look at the crowd here that you see here, if you guys go dump in $1,200 of a random token of ours, we're going to dump it on you. If I have no investment, never heard your name, I'm just going to take $1,200, move it into something I find more valuable, and I'm going to move on down the road. So when you have these level of engagement, you make it much stickier. You're going to have a higher market engagement. You're going to have a higher market penetration rather than having to do these other things to try to achieve that. So the DAO proposals from the sponsorship side work like the greatest billboard and essentially a very, very sticky, very sophisticated airdrop. So those things are really expensive in real life. Imagine that you had an audience that's, a few 100,000 people, let's say early in PulseChain. If you got something in front of 60, 70% of the people who are likely to participate, that is unheard of when it comes to marketing. You can't hit that anywhere else. So the DAO proposal from a marketing, distribution, and again, just sort of penetration stickiness is very valuable for a protocol that hasn't done these things yet. So it does make a lot of sense, even if you, as someone who maybe hasn't done these things in business, just thinks, why would somebody give me free stuff? You get free stuff all the time because they're buying the audience, right? One of the most expensive things you can have today is an audience. So that's where those things work. That's why you're going to see those pools. And that's why maybe you see some of these projects who have done a lot for the communities in other ways, maybe don't have to. So it is a give and take. Don't think that if you see just not put up a pool that somehow they don't love you. They've earned it. They've done these things, and a lot of people who are going to participate who would see it, you guys are already in, right? This is going to be for people who have to come into the space new and fresh. They're trying to earn, kind of earn their stripes in these ways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need Liquid Loans or Power City to do that for me. You hit the nail right on the head. I mean, we've all earned the right to not do that, right? In one sense. So when you're coming new to the chain, almost every single protocol is always going to have a piece of that pie that's distributed for promotions to get their name out there. And that's what this single-sided staking pool allows these new protocols to do, with whatever amount that they feel is good for them and good for the community to get their names out there. At the end of the day, when you help people make money, they like that. They like that. Even okay, a percentage of these people, they're going to earn our tokens and they're going to dump them, but they're going to learn all about us. Mm-hmm. It's loss leader, and it's one of the most used promotional tools in corporate America.
And it didn't cost a dime for them besides their time and effort to get listed and have the vote made, right? Because they minted those tokens out of thin air. It didn't cost them anything. They didn't even have to go create a liquidity pool and put up USDC and pair it to it. To them, it's free, financially.